Depth jump with catch. So this is an explosive drill working on a plyometric response and jumping up and landing correctly in those mechanics that we've been talking about. So for this drill, what you're going to need is some boxes or something to jump off. Right now I have a 20-inch box and a 12-inch box. We've all seen the elite athletes step off the 20, the 30, the 40, the 50-inch box. That's not going to be you. That's not what we're going for. That's not the point of the drill. So if you're jumping off a 50, 60-inch box, that means you have a 60-inch vertical, which none of them have. So for me, my max vertical right now is about 37 inches, used to be in the 40s. I never jumped off of anything that was probably above 25 inches. Because what I'm trying to do here is add that external force down. So we didn't have to jump up to get there, but now we're dropping down. So gravity is going to be adding to that, and then we're working that plyometric response, the body positioning to hit the ground and go up as fast as possible. So I'm going to work off a 20-inch box today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on my box, and from here I'm just going to step down. So I'm not going to jump down. I don't need to add any more force. So some people jump way and go down. I'm just going to step down, and then I'm going to make sure that my feet hit at the same time. So as I step down, my feet hit. So some people, when they step, they hit 1, 2. We want to make sure both of our feet are acting as one. As I step down, where I start with my arms is out in front, and then as I step down, they're going to land behind me, preparing me for that jump. So a lot of things we're working on here on that landing position is we have drills that are just depth jump catch, not even, or depth catch, not even working the jump, preparing us for this next step. So as I land, remember, my toes got to be pointed forward. I'm trying to not allow my knees to collapse into that valgus position, keep my toes or my knees over my toes, and then my weight, my shoulder over my hips and my hips over my toes. When I go with my arms behind me, that means I'm preparing to take off and explode with my arms, rip through with my arms to blocking position, but explode and jump and go as high as I can. So as I go through this, and I'll go through this a little bit slow, the whole point of the drill is to get on and off the ground as fast as possible. How fast can we get our force in and out of the ground? So if we're landing down and then we're jumping, it's not really the point of the drill. We don't want to be here, pause, reset, and jump. We just want to hit the ground and go back up. So I'm going to do one kind of in slow-mo and then build it up faster. Come out here with my arms, I step down, they're going to land behind me, I rip up, and then now I'm focusing on that last part is that landing position again, and I want to hold. That's why I say depth jump with catch, to focus on being in that athletic position. And that means here we're prepared to jump again if we need to move laterally, to move forward, to make a cut, whatever. So we're preparing ourselves for that next move on the field, the court, or wherever it may be. So as I go through this fast, start with my arms out, step down, land on 2 feet, rip the arms through, jump as high as I can, and then catch. And so that one wasn't great, right? I kind of fell backwards a little bit, and that's fine. We're working this drill to work not only the explosive aspect, but the body positioning. So one more, step down. That one was a lot better because I stayed over the top. Now you'll notice I moved slightly forward, but I'm not really trying to move way forward, not trying to go backwards. So the last tip, what I'll really talk about is if my vertical is not 20 inches or above, no way I'm going on to 20-inch box. Even if it's 25, I may step down to a lower box. We're just starting to add the external force. So if I'm working with a female athlete and our vertical is 20 inches, I'll probably go with a 12-inch box. Even some of my male athletes, if we're jumping 30 inches, some days we're just working off this 12 inches to just work, prepare that plyometric response and explode up. So I have a band here too. A lot of athletes will collapse into valgus, right? So we can put this around their knees to force them to have that external cue to pull their knees out and keep it over the toes on their landing before they take off and then on their final landing. And a great thing that you can do is if you have the ability, put them in front of a mirror so they can see it happening and they can work on fixing that so they're prepared to land in a good position and they're not going to injure themselves. So really simple drill, need a box, something to step off of, but don't overcomplicate it and don't try and look cool during this, trying to jump off 50, 60 inches. Your goal is to make yourself a better athlete for the field, for the court, for the track, wherever that may be. So be smart about it, choose the right box, and work on those things, the explosive aspect, the plyometric aspect, and catching and landing correctly.